My dear student, today I will teach you a specific, not only specific, Limitation Act in 1908, Section 5. If you have questions, you will, you would like to inbox me. Firstly, we have to know what is the section of Limitation Act in Section 5. Here, firstly, I have to read in Section 5 extension of period in certain cases. In any appeal or application for a revision or review or judgment, or for leave to appeal or any other application to which this may be made applicable by or under any enhancement for the time being of force may be admitted after the period of limitation prescribed thereof, when the appellant or the applicant satisfied of the court that he had sufficient cause for not prescribing the appeal or making the application within the such period. Here's look and here the fact that the applicant or the applicant was misled by any order, practice or judgment of the High Court Division asserting or competing the prescribed period of limitation may be sufficient cause within the meaning of this section. Section 5 of Limitation Act is now applicable to applicants made under 9 Rule 13 Limitation Act 1 of 1908 by the amendment of Order 9 Rules 13 CP Code as published in the East Pakistan Gazette Part 1 dated 18th May 1967. Provision of Section 5. Here's carefully. Provision of Section 5 of the Limitation Act have been made applicable to the application made under Order 9 Rule 13 of the Code of Civil Procedure. By the amendment of Order 9 Rule 13 CP Code as published in the East Pakistan Gazette Part 1 dated 18th May 1967, provision of Section 5 of the Limitation Act have been made applicable to the application made under Order 9 Rule 13. Delay in the filing the security bond as recorded under Section 17 SCC Act should be explained. Delay due to the wrong but bona fide advice of the lawyers. Sufficient explains of delay. You have to remember, every work has a limitation. If you are Muslim, you have to remember that every salat has a time limitation. After expiring the time, you have to perform the salah by qaza. Qaza is not a perfect performing the salah time, but since you have forgotten or you have done different kind of work, for this reason you missed the salah, when you remember that I have lost my prayer time, salah time, then you will perform the salah. So delay, Allah forget the delay, and you have to perform, you have to ask, you have to pray, our Lord Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, oh Allah forgive me. As like as Limitation Act 5 is the same section, every suit has a limited time, but when you missed the time, you will get different kind of problem. For this problem, lawmaker makes this section to pardon this cause and prayed in the court for pardon this cause. If you lost your limited time, we have to submit application under this section. After hearing the section or application, the judge accept or deny this application. So here's this section refers may sufficient cause. Sufficient cause means it's a Bangla. Porjapto karon. If you do not have sufficient cause, you cannot submit the application under this section. So be careful. You have to remember that in section Limitation Act section 5 means pardon the limit cross time. If you have a question, you will ask me by inbox. Okay.